Hello everyone, this is Petrica again, and in this tutorial we will deploy together a basic AI time series prediction endpoint. My goal with this tutorial is to show you how frictionless decentralized AI can be and how Ratio1 simplifies the AI development process by eliminating complex DevOps while making advanced AI capabilities available via straightforward Python scripts. So let's get started. Step 1. Start an Edge Node. Although I presented it in the past, I simply can't hold myself from bragging about how easy it is to start a Ratio1 Edge Node, so I'm going to do it again. I have also linked a full tutorial on Edge Node running into the description below. I'm going to start a Docker desktop application, since it has to always run in parallel with my Edge Node. In the terminal, I'm going to run the command to start the node. In few seconds, my Edge Node is going to be up and running. It was that simple. Keep in mind that in order to have my Edge Node included into a Ratio1 protocol, I have to link a noded license to it. Since I already have a noded license associated to my node, I'm going to skip this step, but if you don't know how to do it, please check the tutorial I linked into the description below. Let's go to the next step. Step 2. Install the Ratio1 SDK. Installing the Ratio1 SDK requires Python and pip installed on your machine, so make sure you have them both installed. Afterwards, you can run the command to install the SDK. I have to mention that for now we are using the neural client terminology, but in the future it will be updated to Ratio1. Still, it will also be backward compatible with the old terminology. Another thing I want to mention is that it's a good practice to always upgrade your SDK before working with the SDK. So keep that in mind. Let's go to the next step. Step 3. Add allowed SDK address. In order to allow my SDK to communicate with my node, firstly I need to add the internal address of my SDK into the allowed list of my node. Keep in mind that I'm giving this job just to my node, but normally the job distribution and the load balancing is done by the escrow module. To get the internal SDK address, I will use the r1ctl config show command. In few seconds, I will get the internal address from the config information. I copy this internal address and I'm pasting it into the add allowed command in the terminal. After running the add allowed command, I can already see that the allowed list of my node comprises the SDK address. I'm ready for the last step. Step 4. Deploy the web app and test it. I pasted the script from the blog article of this tutorial. You can find the blog article into the description below. And before deployment I have to do just two more things. The first one will be to replace the destination node address, and I'm going to get it from the terminal I used to deploy the node. If you can't find it, just run in the terminal the command to get node info. As you can see, I ran it and I got all the information of my node, and I'm copy pasting the address of my node into the script. So I'm done with the script. Right now I have to do just one more thing. I need to check that the SDK is also running on testnet as the node. So I'm running the r1ctl config network set testnet, and I can already confirm that it's running on testnet. That being said, we can now deploy the script. I found amazing how a Python script with two functions, mainly a prediction function and a deployment function, can actually deploy an endpoint in seconds on an edge node, and with few minor tweaks even on multiple edge nodes. So let's actually now run the script and see how it works. Done. Our freshly deployed endpoint is actually up and running. Let's test it. Let's try with inputs from 1 to 9 and the number of 5 steps, and execute it. As you can see, you can see the predictions and the upper and lower bounds. That's it. Thank you everyone for joining this tutorial. It's time to explore the Ratio1 protocol. The limit is your own imagination. Whether you are looking to deploy a basic AI time series prediction endpoint on a single edge node, or you are looking to deploy a heavy, complex AI application on multiple edge nodes, Ratio1 got you covered. Until next time, stay ahead of the curve. See you soon.